This week, the wine travelers venture to the Priorat region in Spain, where a handful of international winemakers are reviving this once thriving viticultural area.
Join us on the ultimate food and wine adventure, the Wine Travelers.
The steep slopes, high altitude, and dry, stony soils create one of the most challenging growing environments anywhere in the world. It's labor and cost intensive, but when it all goes well, the wines from the Priorat can be spectacular.
Look at that, look at that.
Although people are experimenting with various varieties of red grapes here, it is the original Grenache and Carignan that seem to produce the best wines. Dominic, tell us again what kind of grapes are grown here?
Carignan and Grenache.
Carignan and Grenache?
Yeah. Carignan and Garnacha. So this is about 60 to 70 years old.
60 to 70 years?
Yeah, they planted it over 8 years, the whole vineyard, because there was quite difficult to come up here, you can imagine. 60 years ago there was no four-wheel drive cars, so they came with the mules. The surrounding mountains have a unique effect upon the weather, allowing for a variety of microclimates within this very small area. The very interesting thing about that soils of Toronja is that it's lying in between Gratajops and Priorat. So Gratajops is well known for its warm, very warm slopes, which is nice for getting ripe tannins, and Priorat for its freshness.
That's Gratajops, that village there. That's where we met this morning, and that's where it all started. You know, it all started there, the rebirth in 1989. It already started by 85 with René Barbier coming here, planting some vineyards, getting some of the old vineyards in order. In the back here, behind this tree where my son is getting stuck in, there you have Scala Dei. That's where the old monastery is. And that's where things started happening in the 1100s.
All around us is the Licorella, the slate soil that gives this area so much of its character.
He just scratched the soil. This is what it looks like here, but this is what's underground.
Okay, wow.
You know, if you just scratch the soil, that's what comes out. So it all looks like that.
And the roots, they go in and they take all the minerals.
It's a rock.
They grow in because there's still all the humidity. The whole thing dries out completely, but in between,
that keeps your moisture.
Together with the roots, there's something growing.
So you can just peel it.
Together with the roots, you know.
The rocks are able to trap moisture, giving these wines a distinct mineral character.
If you don't plant Cabernet, and if you respect the terroir, and if you don't just destroy it with chemicals, then you get really the terroir out of it.
And what is the flavor? Is there, you know, is it?
It's like an aniseed, black cassis, blueberry. It's best way to describe it is buy 36 bottles of Priorat and drink all of them, and you'll have it all resolved.
Okay. Eben and Dom have a very unique arrangement and marketing strategy. Together they own the winery and share in all aspects of the business, but each makes his own wine under a different label. But you do blend some of the different parcels, or you keep
he blends his 3 vineyards, and I blend my 3. This becomes the wine.
And this is half-half.
This one is the only vineyard we split.
And you make one wine and you make one wine?
Yeah.
So finally we are thirsty, we're gonna drink now.
Back at the winery, we descend to the barrel cellar, which is housed in old concrete fermentation tanks, vestiges of the last winemaking heyday in Toronja.
Going to the dungeon.
So I have the
breakfast for
So it's a breakfast marketing meeting.
Yeah.
Good.
So this is Carignan Grenache. It's a very high vineyard. It's just west of Priorat.
I test some, you know, and I get some Provençal, the fennel, yes, and some Provençal, yes, oregano, some Provençal herbs in it too.
Through up there, when it gets really dry, there is exactly the Provençal composition of herbs and.
And what I like in your place, in your soil, because most of the time wine made with slate, you know, they are too much schistty, too strong flavor, and they are dominated. That minerality is there, but it's very subtle.
The tasting has whetted our appetite, and we head to the village of Priorat for lunch. The medieval village of Priorat is extremely well preserved and a must-see for anyone visiting the area. Priorat still exists almost entirely on agriculture. It's well off the beaten track, and if you dine with the locals. We're treated to genuine Catalan comfort food.
Oh my God, Ali, it's never going to be enough for the two of us.
Portions are generous. With it, we try a rustic, locally made house wine.
Fantastic, you know. Imagine in the village, you know, every family have a cellar and they do the wine by themselves. Okay, that's a cafe they are able to promote. And most of the time people used to drink the wine they produce together with the family, with the friends and so on, every year.
How good is it?
What do you order?
It's a good wine, the very best of the world. Bueno.
Bon? Bon. Bon. Bon.
We'll be right back after this.